Well, hello, this is Denise Miller, your Leadership Lady Live, and we are in week 4 of the fourth quarter challenge. We are here to talk about listening to our bodies. Those of you who are over 35 or even 40 years old know that your bodies have a very definite voice and they have something to say to you very often. Whether you thought you were a teenager and you got out on the basketball court to shoot some hoops and you went oops because something slipped out of place, or whether you sat too long and then you can't get up because you're stiff, our bodies are speaking to us all of the time. But before I go any further, I want to ask you, if you like the content that I've been sharing, to please be good enough to show that you approve by hitting the thumbs up or the heart, and then please also share with your friends, with your contacts, with people who may not normally hear from me, but who could use this information. Now, those of you who know me well know that over the last several years, I've had a few joints replaced. In fact, I tease people all the time and tell them I could probably outrun a Ferrari because I've got so much metal and plastic in my body. When I was first told that I needed a hip replacement, I decided to schedule it immediately. And there's a reason that I did. My mother actually had a hip replacement at about the same age. Back then, they were experimental, so I could understand her fear. But she did not get her hip replaced until she was finally in such horrible pain that she had to do it because she could do nothing without being in excruciating pain. When they finally got to do it, I remember the doctor telling me that it was so bad that her hip and her femur were actually fused together, and he had to saw the bones apart. My mother was left with a permanent, significant limp, and one leg was shorter than the other. When I was told I needed a hip replacement, I knew I did not want that. Now, one of my legs is a little shorter than the other, so I have a little sway to my walk, but it's not a significant limp. I learned from my mother's lesson. I learned to listen to my body. And when my body was telling me it wasn't feeling well, I learned to go to the doctor. And I learned when he said hip replacement, I set a date. We need to listen to our health. I've had a situation where I was on my way somewhere one day and I was determined to get to that place. And as I was driving, I got so sick that I parked my car at a parking meter and called 911 because I could barely breathe. It's important to listen to your body. Your body is the suit that carries around your spirit, your soul, your personality, and your mind. If that is not working well, you can't work well. You can't relate well. You can't socialize. You can't have fun. In fact, there's not a lot that you can do. And so I plead with you, look after your health. If you're feeling a little something funny in the chest, take your happy self to the doctor, go to the cardiologist, let them figure it out. Don't cause yourself more harm by failing to listen to your own body. Our bodies are really amazing health and healing machines. When we listen to them, we treat them well. Also, you need to eat right. Now, full confession, you're talking to the potato chip queen of life. I love chips. I never met a chip I didn't like. But I have had to back off of the chips because they're not good for me. Every now and then I do treat myself, but for the most part, I don't keep them in the house anymore because I have no willpower when it comes to a chip. Now, you may have something else. You may have a chocolate thing. I have that too. But whatever it is, whether it's an aching shoulder, whether it's a little shortness of breath, whether it is that you feel a little funny in the chest, whether you feel that you're not able to sleep, whatever it is, listen to what your body is saying. Respond by taking your body to the appropriate professional who can help you to be cured and healed. Thank you so much for listening. Because remember, you can't walk into 2025 if you can't walk into 2025. Take care of yourself so that you can walk steadily, straight, and pain-free so that you can do everything that you want to do. Don't forget, like, thumbs up, heart, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for taking this time with me.